Hey, happy Saturday, everyone. So, again, as always, this is the sixth week of your Saturday weekly crypto news. So, a lot happening, as always. The industry is never boring, but we have one big news. I mean, Bitcoin is everywhere, and a lot of things, and let's just get started. I don't have even time to get the intro done, whatever. It's just, let's just dive in. So, the big news coming this week was El Salvador becomes first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender after passing law. Everyone was happy. Everyone took it like, oh, big news. This is awesome. This is amazing. Bitcoin is getting even mainstream. The first country in the world to adopt it as legal tender. But of course, there are some detractors like JP Morgan, which had things to say like, tangible benefits, no tangible benefits for El Salvador's Bitcoinization. So, there will always be the pessimists. So, I think it's amazing. Probably they should make Bitcoin even as a legal tender in more countries around the world. But that's not just the only news. They also said if you invest 3 Bitcoins in the country, you get the citizenship. And I'm like, how good is this country? So I looked it up. Of course, it's a Latin American country near Honduras and near another wonderful places. So probably beach, wonderful waters. But it has the maximum crime rate in the whole of Latin America. So not a great place to be. Yes, they say that it's very separated, so the gangs operate in other part of the country, and the tourist one is very safe and stuff. But you never know. You never know, and I don't know how the currency would be used because it's such a volatile currency. Bitcoin is right now 35,000. It went up to 64,000. So I don't know how. But it would be interesting to see. It's just like a beta test this small country is doing, which would probably help the bigger countries if they ever put Bitcoin as a legal tender in their countries as well. So let's see. Great news, interesting, exciting news. That's what I can say for sure. And again, continuing with that kind of news, interesting news. Everything around the world, no matter what memes we have been seeing around the years for the last decade or something, like Charlie bit my finger, the disaster girl, to even now the iconic Doge meme of Dogecoin. They're getting sold as NFT, and this one, the Doge meme of Dogecoin, got sold for $4 million. Great price. Now everything's getting sold as a NFT, every meme. So again, great for the industry. New stuff coming up, new business opportunity, new opportunities. But let's see when, where do we reach the peak, and when does it stop, or when does it get really boring? So far, it's exciting. Every time we read, another NFT sold for a record price, it's exciting to read that. Also, more news. Ripple. I don't know if you guys knew about Ripple and SEC case. So Ripple just got a new lawyer, because they are still going on with their case. So it's not over. It's far from over. It's funny that it's still on, but it is still on. And they just hired a specialist because they're challenging a key point, which is, they were not given a fair notice, time by SEC, because the SEC initially filed a lawsuit against Ripple in December, and there's no end date so far. It just goes on, which is, I don't know. I have no idea how Ripple is doing, but if even investors care about this ongoing case, so let's see. I really hope it gets sorted soon, because of course it's not something like anyone wants, neither Ripple nor the investors, no one. So let's see. Ripple is arguing that they didn't have fair notice. That's it. SEC did not provide fair notice prior to the lawsuit. So let's see how it goes, if the new lawyer helps them. And again, when it comes to any new technology, one of the biggest or the most accepting industry is the pawn industry. So we have a new cryptocurrency called Pawn Rocket, which launched as world's first decentralized adult content sharing app, and it is set to overtake OnlyFans. But the thing is, initially at least, it is getting a whole lot of attention because there are a lot of adult stars who joined as what do they call it? Promoters? Yes. So yeah, let's see. New cryptocurrency, especially for pawn, and it's first of a kind. And it says here that unlike the other platforms which take a 20 to 40% cut from Pawn Rocket, creators can post and monetize unlimited NSFW content with no fees or limitations. So that is huge, and I can understand why everyone is on board with them, all the creators, because they will have all their money. So yeah, 30,000 global content creators and users, along with 35,000 coin holders, eager to buy before the boom. So they just made the announcement on May 26th, and they have a lot of interest. Let's see. I'll keep a tab on this one as well, like how it goes. So that's pretty much. I didn't want to cover a lot of news from the world this time because, of course, my videos are too long and I didn't want you guys to bore. So yeah, I'm trying to make sure that the videos are watchable. So we will move to the Indian news. After El Salvador, India is also. We all know India has not made up its mind, but there's a news which says India may move to classify Bitcoin as an asset class. What this means is, there's top sources. This is on, of course, the news links are always in the description, so you know. So this is from Indian Express. It says top sources tracking the industry told this publication the government has moved away from an earlier hostile stance towards virtual currencies. So yeah, if they classify as an asset what people can hold, so they still have long-term asset gain or taxes to be, but it's not classified as a currency. It's going to be classified as an asset. So that with cryptocurrencies, even though the word currency is there, they can be classified as assets or other classifications. So that's what's happening in India. Let's see. This is not an official thing, but I'm sure it's a reputed, newspaper and publication. So I would like to believe that whatever they have posted is with credible sources. So we'll know very soon what happens. Also, ED, Enforcement Directorate, issued show cause notice to crypto exchange WazirX directors Nishal Shetty and Samir Matre. Now, if you read this news, what happened? So the Enforcement Directorate initiated the FEMA investigation on the basis of an ongoing money laundering probe into illegal Chinese-owned online betting applications. So that whole betting applications, ongoing thing. Chinese people were arrested and all that stuff. Now this is huge because they're looking at violating, FEMA guidelines, Foreign Exchange Management Act guidelines, in connection with transactions worth 2790 for almost 2,800 crores. That is huge amount of money. Now, there's another news which is related to Binance, and WazirX is a wholly owned Binance subsidiary. The funny thing is, if you know anything about tax havens or biggest companies around the world, Google's and Apple's and Microsoft, trying to save taxes and dodge not paying taxes by investments and whatever dodgy stuff they do. I also studied accounting, spoiler alert, so I know a bit of it. I never worked as an accountant in my life, but I studied accounting all my life, so I understand the nuances a little bit more than a normal person. And there are places in the world which offer you amazing benefits in terms of taxation if you start your operations there, and Binance is of course, registered in Cayman Islands, which is a tax haven, which is also a place which pretty much guarantees that you can mess up with the whole world. You can do whatever dodgy stuff, and just because you have a company registered in Cayman Islands, you can just go there and they'll protect you. No amount of law enforcement agencies around the world can touch you just because they have this amazing protection. So I think that's a great way of attracting people to invest and start register companies in your place, like Cayman Islands. But it's also a dodgy stuff. I mean, the moment I hear Cayman Islands, I'm like, shit, okay, I don't want to trust this company. So that's my beef with Binance. But let's see. Let's see how this goes, because again, we are in India and a lot of things can happen. So that's it. Also, one interesting news that I had to share, Binance related. Haryana police arrest 4 in cryptocurrency fraud. So these guys posed as from Binance or use the name Binance, saying that they have bitcoins, and of course they didn't have bitcoins. It was the wallets which held non-spendable or dummy bitcoins. So they already frauds about Bitcoin, about cryptocurrency in India, because people can say, hey, you want to buy Bitcoin, I can get you Bitcoin. So this guy, Mr. Chahal, when there's a guy, Pravesh Kumar of Sector 23 in Sonipat, filed a complaint against this Mr. Chahal of Madha village. So people in villages can do cryptocurrency frauds. Wow. India, look at, so Mr. Harinder Chahal, alias Sonu Chahal, tricked victims into believing that he was in possession of bitcoins. And of course, they use Binance name as well. So the article says that. So, as I keep saying, if you look at the positive sides of the fact that India has a lot of talent. There are talented people who are using stuff like this to, it's weird. They are of course committing crime and cheating people, but so Chahal, this guy, Mr. Fraud, duped Kumar of 15,50,000 by fraudulently showing bitcoins in the wallet, which is reality changed the cryptocurrency exchange, belonged to the cryptocurrency exchange Binance. So I don't know how he did it, because the complainant believed in the accused as 1871 bitcoins existed in the wallet which belonged to Binance and not to Harinder Chahal. So how did he show that wallet? Let's see. But you can see that we are having cryptocurrency frauds and people are getting arrested, and it's just like how mainstream this industry has gone. So that's about it. As always, thank you very much for staying in touch. I've tried to cover less news just because I want to make sure the videos are not too long, and I hope I still cover the most important news from India and the world, and still get you some value from the videos. Thank you for being here. As always, if you've not subscribed, you can subscribe. If you like the video, you can always share it with your friends or family, whoever is in Bitcoin and crypto industry, and they can be updated about what's happening. That's it. Take care. See you next Saturday again, 12 p.m. India time. Till then, take care of yourself, get yourself vaccinated, and stay healthy. Thank you.